Hey guys, so welcome to each channel. So today we're going to talk about the work in progress balance changes for the next month. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded my Clash Royale videos because hey, I was busy and hey, I didn't have much time. So yeah, the July season's about to end and August season's about to come. So yeah, let's check the work in progress balance changes that are gonna come in the next month. Oh my, oh my. There gonna be special changes? Damn. Okay, we get to know that, okay, the spirits are gonna get a nerf. The heroes might get revamped, right? Some guys may get buffs, guys may get work. Okay, then there's of course gonna be an extensive rework for the spells, some troops and whatnot, some bug fixes about Ronin and X-Bow and what else? The heroes are gonna get a rework in this case, like the hero goblins, the goblin battle, the mortar evolution, the barbarian evolution. I mean, all of these guys are basically so. This is practically the content of today, huh? A pretty large one, to be honest. So let's check this one by one. Okay, so this is literally the content for today. Hmm. Damn, it's a pretty big one to be honest. The current season one, right? I mean, the season 85's balance changes was like one of the smallest. It was pretty much non existent. But this is way too extensive for a balance changes, to be honest. Okay? So, first we're talking about spirits. So, these guys are basically gonna give us an option to either nerf the HP or reduce the speed from very fast to fast so that these guys basically, these vanilla exit dudes don't actually connect to the tower on their own. They technically may need a support in order to connect to the tower and say get the objectives done. Okay, I mean the objective I guess with this is to basically reduce their value, I guess, and make it harder for other players to basically get value out of these guys. So they're gonna basically give you any one of the options. You basically have to select this or this. So if you choose the hit point reduction, then of course these guys are gonna basically not connect to the tower. So if say this is a level 16 electro spirit, the level 60 electro spirit won't be able to connect to the princess towers or even say the king tower. So yeah, this could either be like one of the changes. The fire spirit, the heal spirit, and the ice spirit. These guys won't be able to connect to the princess towers. If the hit speed gets reduced, if the hit points get reduced from 230 to 217, and the second option is reduce the speed from very fast. So that what happens is these guys basically don't connect to the tower. So they will be fast, they will not be very fast, so they may actually these one Alexi dudes may not be intimidating as much. Then hey, these guys, the heroes, right? The heroes and the champions, the abilities are basically changed from cooldowns to single use. So people basically don't spam these abilities. Okay, so they're basically gonna convert these guys' abilities from whatever cooldowns into one single use. So you have to press a button with caution, and then these guys, of course, getting a rework. Okay, then these guys are also like you could say getting some rework as well, and then there'll be some bug fixes for Ronin and Xbox that hey, so these guys are pretty much usable. So, yep, as you can see from this vlog, right, this is gonna be a bigger update than ever. Like this could actually significantly change the way you play the game or you plan to upgrade certain cards. This upgrade could technically change the way you might actually upgrade certain cards. But if you get all these cards maxed out, then of course, no worries. Maybe for in your upgrade cycle, you might change what cards to technically upgrade if you haven't maxed out all of your cards. So here let's come to the first one. Now, why this special changes? To be honest, the main aim is to basically shake up the meta, give certain forgotten cards a second chance, and basically revive dead cards and give some OP cards a chance to basically rest. Now, this is obviously gonna be one of the biggest changes in terms of meta, and this nerf is basically gonna ensure, and just like I've discussed, right? Like whichever like option you basically choose, these guys are basically gonna not be able to reach the towers, be the arch towers, the queen, the king towers, so that hey, these guys the values basically at nerf like anything. Okay, so these are pretty much like why these guys are kind of getting buffed, right? I'm sorry, nerfed. Now here you get to see like which spirit is being used pretty much. Okay, so like these are the various spirits, of course. The Evo, the ice spirit being the only spirit with evolution. T1 key stands for last season's top 1,000 trophies. Okay. The UC is for ultimate champion based on last 7 days record. The rank is of course the last 7 days of ranked mode. Then the TR of course stands for the last 7 days of trophies, which I guess basically means hey, these guys are basically recording the use case, the use case. I mean the usage rate. Okay, yeah, like the usage, the win rate, and whatnot. So this, I guess, looks more like the usage rate for these spirits and various tournaments and various game modes in the game itself, right? So the Electro Spirit looks like one of the most used spirits, no matter whichever game mode. I mean, 20% as opposed to 11%, 16% in what you can say the top seasons, top 1,000 players. Okay. So in the top 1,000 trophies, right? Top 1,000 players, of course, the Electro Spirit is being used more. Then comes the Ice Spirit, then the Fire Spirit, and of course the Heal Spirit. The Evo Ice Spirit not used by the top 1,000 players, okay? That makes it up a total of 52%. Then in the Ultimate Champion, right? Again, the Electro Spirit being one of the most used ones. Then comes the Ice Spirit and the other two spirits being used a lot less. The Evo Ice Spirit not being used much. Then in the rank mode, right? The Electro Spirit and the Ice Spirit have been used equally. Then comes the Fire Spirit and the Heal Spirit, and then the Evo Spirit being used here by 1%, making 37% use case. And then on the Trophy Road, right? It's basically the Ice Spirit that's being used a lot. Then comes the Electro Spirit, and then the Fire Spirit and the Heal Spirit, and then of course the Evo Spirit being used last. So out of these like four spirits, right? The ice spirit and the electric spirit, these are the two spirits that are used the most, and the other two are being used a lot less. And the Evo is basically, I guess, situational, right? And the reason these guys are even nerfing is too so that These guys basically give other spells a chance to even appear. Their main aim is to anyways reduce the value, as they produce a lot. I mean, these guys cost one elixir, but they give a lot of value, which is more than one elixir. So to reduce that value, they're basically nerfing them up, and they basically they basically chip away crown towers because they can reach. So they are basically eliminating the chipping our shipment, and of course, I mean, if they can reach the Prince's Towers, right? If they're of similar levels, they can obviously create pressure with such ultra low risks. So they're basically making their use case a lot more situational. Uh, they would basically make ensure that their roles are going to be going from, say, creating pressure to basically distracting, crowd control, and basically ensure that they cycle faster. They're basically removing that pressure component so that they don't become threatening enough on their own. Then, we come to the next category, right? Which is the heroes and the champions. These guys are basically gonna be replacing the cooldowns with single use effect, right? I mean, the boss bandit is like one such bandit, right? Well, is such one such champion, right? Whose case, right? Earlier, it used to be, I guess, like how much, like its ability, I guess, used to cost some elixir, maybe one elixir or something like that. Now, they have replaced it with two use cases. So per boss bandit, you basically have two chances of using that dash ability, but right now it doesn't cost any elixir, and as a result, the cooldown effects, right, actually have uh, for the boss man, right, it's actually kind of makes sense and it doesn't feel OP enough to be called broken. They plan to bring that kind of a change to all your heroes and evos, all your heroes and champions in this case. They're doing this so that it removes basically the option to activate a particular ability multiple times with a single deployment. Although these guys pretty much don't have the stats for how often this happens, but they say it's fairly Supercell says it's fairly uncommon. And hey, the change is actually gonna happen to all the champions except Boss Bandit and 8 of the 14 heroes that you can choose check right here on your screen. Now, certain champions that these guys are planning to buff, right, are like the Little Prince, because hey, out of like all the top heroes and champions, right? It's only like two champions, one being the Archer Queen and the other being the Golden Knight, that are being used a lot frequently. Whereas if you look at like the bottom 10 champions, right? Especially like out of say 10 champions or 5 champions, right? All of them are underperforming. So hey, they look to technically buff these guys and ensure that these guys get another chance and appearing and dominating the meta. So Little Prince is kind of getting a buff. The melee damage is gonna go from this 217 to 232. But the biggest mechanical buff is basically conserving speed while moving. So say once the prince locks onto something, right? Its hit speed reduces drastically. So if in the current case, right, if the prince moves one step ahead, the hit speed again gets reset to its default one, and then again it has standard. Keep shooting so that it can basically reduce its hit speed while dealing incredible damage. It's just that if this guy walks for zero point 0.3 seconds post after his last shot, it will actually not lose its hit speed. So this way, this little prince could actually be a lot more relevant. Now, in terms of the Goblin Stein, right? These guys are basically buffing the Doctor's damage by 47%, which is a huge one. So I guess this one's actually gonna kill maybe skeletons. Yeah, it does kill skeletons before, but I think it might two-shot the goblins, the spear goblins. So which is gotta be pretty great, no doubt. And hey, the mighty miner is getting a damage buff getting a base damage buff of 8%. So earlier it used to hit at 40, it used to have 48 damage. Now it's gonna have now its new damage is gonna be from 40 to 43. So that it could basically two-shot skeletons as opposed to three-shot in its current state. Okay, so these reworks that these guys are doing to the champions, right? These are more of experimental reworks, yeah. So these are basically experiments to see hey, if by buffing these guys is the usage getting promoted in the arena. If yes, they might sustain that practice, but say if they are becoming too OP, then they're of course gonna nerf them based on what's pretty much needed. And of course, these guys are ending healing in this case, endless healing. So the Evo Witch, right, is pretty much popular for endless healing. So if you basically kill the skeletons, right, the witch pretty much heals like never before. So if you kill a skeleton right now, I guess whatever is the skeleton hit points, that's basically gonna be the amount that's gonna be healed towards the evolution witch. But the rework is that right. Uh, Instead of these guys getting healed constantly, right? The every Evo witch, right, is gonna get healed only by the first wave of skeletons, the initial first four skeletons. So it's basically gonna be that if you kill basically the current witch, right? If you kill skeletons, I'm talking the current Evo witch. So if you do kill the skeletons, the death of the skeletons are basically gonna heal the witch. Now now it'll only be basically be restricted from infinite skeletons to just first four skeletons. So if you kill the first four skeletons in the witch on the witch, right? Those four dead skeletons are gonna heal the witch, and let's say the fifth skeleton is dead, right? It won't be of any use, and yeah, it won't actually heal the witch. So the witch is basically gonna be normal. So so to basically adjust from this infinite to just four skeletons healing the witch, right? They basically done some changes so that the heal per skeleton goes from this 53 to 153 points, which is almost 189% jump and healing per skeleton. Then of course the max HP of the which is gonna be increased from 1040 to 1326. Then the overheal ratio is gonna go from 1.24 to 1.58 just from killing these four skeletons, huh? Not bad, not bad. So this is gonna aim to basically make the Evo Wedge a lot more balanced and basically just shake it off the Evo meta. Then second comes the Battle Healer, of course. The Battle Healer, right? Early used to heal herself, and if she does heal herself, she will keep the other teammates alive. So to kill that OP healingness, right? To keep that heal under check, right? These guys are gonna be nerfing certain stats whilst upgrading certain stats. So the damage, okay, they have upgraded from 140 to 204. The hit speed gonna go from 1.5 to 1.6 hits per second. Then the DPS is gonna be increased from 199 to 128. The heal per second is gonna come down from 67 to 63. The radius is gonna again be shortened from 4 tiles to 3 tiles. The area, of course, gets reduced because the heal radius is in itself small. And one of the biggest changes is that the battle healer won't heal herself. She will heal other troops, but she won't heal herself. So that's like one of the biggest getaway from. This is one of the biggest getaway from, say, the battle healer. So yeah, battle healer won't be able to heal herself, but she will heal the adjacent troops standing next to her. And it'll be kind of more tricky to now get this kind of a heal value now. Now the void spell, right? I used to call it like say the 3 elixir fireball because it is 3 elixir, but it does the job of arrows and fireball combined into one. So other spells are getting used a lot, but the void spell is that one spell that people are refusing to upgrade and even use in the real life scenarios. So in order to say compensate for its lack of use, right? They basically like first they're buffing the elixir from 3 to 5 elixir. Then they of course they're changing the stats to basically match that 5 elixir aura this guy's kind of producing. So the hit speed is gonna go from 1 second to 1.2 seconds. The first target damage is gonna go from 340 to 696. Then the two target damage is gonna go up by 83%, then 1% 1 or 2% for 5 plus target damage. And for the single tower damage is gonna be 1 or 2%. 2 to 4 towers bundled together 1 or 4%. Then a 5 plus target damage for tower target damage is I mean the damage is gonna increase by 106%. So hey, of course, in order to compensate for this high leaks because they're increasing every the stats, was it using on one stat only like the hit speed? I guess it's kind of going to be a fine trade-off, but let us see how this guy Void, right, is going to work the moment it becomes a 5 elixir card. Is it going to be used or not? Just tell me in the comments below. I don't think like there is any like spell that's worth 5 elixir cost, so they're gonna make this the 5 elixir spell card. Then the Goblin Curse is getting a buff. Okay, so they're basically introducing slowdown rate, which wasn't there previously, or maybe even during the launch. So any troop that basically passes by this Goblin Curse, right? They're gonna be like moving slowly by 15%. So it's pretty much similar to poison, but instead of it being poison, it's going to convert troops into goblins. Then comes the Goblin Machine. This is like one of the cards that earlier when it was released, it was OP, but then with the significant nerfs to this Goblin Machine, like since last year, it's hardly been used. So these guys kind of want to revive the Goblin Machine for once and for all. And that is why, like, hey, they're basically like reducing the rocket hit speed from 3.5 to 5 seconds. The damage done by the rocket is going to be significantly less from 87 DPS to 61. But the speed of the rocket from the launch to it hitting the target, right, is going to go from 250 to 350. Okay. That's a nice 40% buff in terms of uh, the rocket use case. Then the melee damage is gonna go from 212 to 232. Though the rocket speed may not feel like a relevant change, but the projectile is gonna reach the enemy a lot faster, but it won't technically affect the DPS. So I'm kind of interested to see how the rocket is gonna come out to be. Then of course the rune giant, right? He's kind of getting a buff. The hit points is gonna be increased by 30%. The enchantment cast time is basically gonna be eliminated, but it's no longer gonna basically enhance the kamikaze troops like the spirits, the wall breakers, because the reason that enchantment's gonna even occur, right, is so that they basically buff the existing troops, but in this case it's not gonna buff the one-time units like the spirits and the wall breakers. Now these guys are gonna be making some changes to your barbarian hut, but it's not gonna be in this season. It might be in the next season, next season. We're gonna see that as time goes by. Then of course, hey, comes a brand new card, Ronin in this case. The first time hit speed of Ronin is gonna go from zero point 0.3 seconds to zero point 0.4 seconds. The extra zero point 0.1 second may be enough to maybe change the game. This might ensure, right, like uh so that hey, maybe others get a chance to hit Ronin first before Ronin hits them with parry. Then of course comes the X-Bow. The X-Bow's hit speed is gonna go from zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.4 hits per second. But hey, since this is gotta be a rework, right? So by increasing the hit speed, they're increasing the damage by 35%, the DPS by 1%, and increase the projectile speed by 200. So that these guys technically hit the tower. So like once the Expo kind of gets locked onto the tower, right? It used to shoot a lot more frequent arrows. So here they're basically gonna reduce the frequency of the arrows, but each of the arrows gonna hit harder than ever. So that's kind of like the case with the reworks and the bug fixes with these guys. Now let's scroll down and yeah, these are technically the balance changes for this version. The hit speed of this one, the motor, right, is gonna go from 4 seconds to 4.7 seconds. The hit speed of the motor is gonna go from 5 seconds to 4.7. So that so these two are board and sync. Their hit speeds are board and sync. Okay. Then the barbarians, their hit points is gonna be again increased. And this will not only affect the barbarians, but these will affect all the other barbarian cards. Be the evolved barbarians, the battle ram, the evo barbarian, the evo battle ram, then the barbarian battle, then the barbarian hut, and even maybe even the evo barbarian battle as well. Like this HP buff is pretty much gonna affect all the barbarians. These guys may get an additional shot at the tower. Then the HP multiplier is going to go from 1.1 to 1.0. And the ability duration, right, it will actually last for 2 more seconds in case of this guy, the Evolved Barbarians. Then, yeah, these guys are buffing the damage of the Goblins, which would affect all the other Goblin related cards like the Goblin Gang. There's the Goblin Gang. Mm, the Goblin Gang, then the Goblin Curse, Goblin Shine, the Goblin Drill, the Goblin Curse, the Evolved Goblin Battle, and the Evolved Goblin as well. But hey, these guys are basically reducing the ability deploy time for these guys from 1.3 to 1 second, so the goblins gonna spawn faster. But yeah, the amount of goblins are gonna spawn is gonna go from 3 to just 2. Absolute madness. Then of course the ice golem, right? Um, these guys have eliminated the freeze, And they've also reduced the slowdown by 30%. Whereas in this case, right, the ice golem, third blast damage is just only gonna do like 69 damage, which is much higher. It can, I guess, kill skeletons. Then the hero mega minion, the tower multiplier is gonna go down from point 0.5 to 0.25. Then the damage reduction from this guy is gotta be permanent, I guess. I mean, the damage reduction duration is gonna be permanent instead of 5 seconds, which is great. Then the warp damage is gonna go from 373 to 399. So I guess it can still one shot like certain cards, but for the rest, just be careful. So this is like all about the hero Mega Minion. Now comes the Evolved Mega Knight. This guy is also getting another like ability rework. So the Evolved Mega Knight, right? Like upon hitting troops, it either bounces them back, but in this case, now the bounce back is going to go from every single hit to every second hit. So hit number one, it only gives damage to the troops. Hit number two, it will bounce them back. But it'll only be able to knock the lighter troops a lot further away, and the heavy troops not much further away. So that's the thing with the Evolved Mega Knight. That ability has been a menace, but I guess by fixing this ability, not many people might actually turn to use the Mega Knight. Then of course, after the Mega Knight, hey, the Evo archers, the short damage is getting reduced from once by 70% from 160 to 140. Then the decoy damage of the Goblin Ball, right? The Evolved Goblin Ball is getting reduced by 26%. Then, of course, this guy's evolution cycle is got to go from 1 to 2 cycles. So use this guy versus the Goblin Cage 2 times. Then you'll get access to his evolution as opposed to using him once, then the evolution, then again once, and another evolution. It's been used a lot further. This will at least encourage him to. This will discourage people from using him. To be honest. Now comes this guy. Okay. What is this? The Evo Valkyrie is getting a tornado damage reduction from by 50% from 84 to 42. This might ensure that I guess skeletons don't get wiped in one tick, but gets eliminated in 2 ticks. Be it skeletons, the bats, whatnot. Then the projectile range of this guy is getting reduced from 7.5 to 7 times. Now, which other unit also has that's 7 range? I guess it to me looks more like the magic archer as well. So that the bowler and this is I guess only the projectile one, right? I don't think it's more of that the range for the hero bowler in this case. This I guess gonna ensure that like the projectile don't get abused a lot, right? I mean, earlier, this random projectile will ensure that ball is kept under check, but we're gonna see how it kind of performs. Then, of course, the projectile range for this execution is gonna reduce, but this also indirectly buffs him up because since the projectile range is getting reduced, right, the axe would actually return to him a lot quicker than ever, so I guess the hit speed is gonna be slightly faster. Then comes the damage for these wall breakers. It's gonna go from 350 to 281, and this also affects the Evo wall breakers. I was actually say planning to unlock this Evo wall breakers, but I'm like, let's wait and see what comes out of the 5-star chest and even the evolution chest. And if I do get them, if I do get the Evo bomber, I wouldn't mind having this. Okay. Then comes what is this? The projectile range for this one. The snowball and I guess the Evo snowball is getting reduced to 4 tiles so that not many people are able to again use the pushback effect of not the pushback but the Evo snowballs projectile grabbing the troops, pushing them back by 4.5 tiles, and ensuring that they are on a different tile altogether. So it eliminates the obstacles in for any minute, no matter what. Then, of course, the Tomb Queen damage is going to go from 320 to 422, a 33% damage buff. So these guys get used a lot, and then of course, the Evo minions. In this case, the invisible speed is gonna go from zero point 0.5 to 0.67 units. In this case, I guess so that the moment see the arrow hits it, right? So these guys like get invisible a lot faster. I guess that's what the invincible hit speed is all about. And of course like after these Evo minions then comes I guess this being the Evo princess as well. The special effects per hit it might go from 3 to I guess 2, which is an indirect buff, but the slowdown duration is kind of getting nerfed down from 7 seconds to 5.5 seconds. So I guess you might get that chill effect every second arrow, but in exchange, the slowdown duration is kind of getting nerfed. But still, it's any day better than no changes at all. Then, of course, the hit speed of this spear goblins is getting increased from 1.7 to 1.6. So as a result, the spear goblins and the other troops, right, be the goblin gang, the goblin shine, the goblin shine, and whatnot, and even the Goblin Hut, right? They are also indirectly buffed. And then, of course, the last, I guess, upgrade we must say is going to be the Goblin. What is this? It's actually going to be the Suspicious Bush. So the Suspicious Bush, right, is going to get hit points increased by 11%. I guess is going to be to ensure that these guys, right, connect to the tower and, of course, get two hits onto the tower as opposed to these are all the balance changes that you can basically see here. It's been a pretty long one regardless. Okay, I mean my throat's pretty much dry to be honest. So like these are the nerfs and these are the buffs of various characters in the game. And now let's take a look at the status of my account because I haven't actually like updated. I haven't actually like updated. Um, I haven't actually shown you guys world cards are pretty much updated, right? This season. So I did get like the lightning from whatever, like level 13 to level 14 to level 15, then the max level 16. Then I did buff the goblin barrel to the max level. And then who else? Yep, I buffed the Mighty Miner from whatever, like level 13 to level 15. I might plan to maybe do the same with the boss bandit, right? Then the enemies have unlocked the Ronin, right? The Ronin is from whatever, like I unlocked it at level 9, so I kind of got to level 12. Now I would have like extra cards from the Ronin event, which should actually help me upgrade to level 30, and then I might upgrade to level 14 as well. So I'll try basically upgrading, say, one card from here to here, one card from here to here, one from here to here, and another from here to here, and so on like that. Right now, though, I have like 70 cards that are maxed out. Okay. Then 25 cards in level 15, 26 in level 14, 12 in level 13, 27 in level 12, and 15 in level 11. Damn, that's a lot of cards. 50% of my cards are almost at how much? Like 56% of my cards are level 14 and above. Whereas the rest 44% are at level 13, 12, 11, and 11. That's it. So by the pace that I'm actually upgrading the cards is pretty fantastic. And anyways, like I've been in like 13,000 trophies since my previous Clash Royale video. So yeah, I mean I'm pretty damn happy that I'm here. But now the journey kind of gets tricky. So we would actually say love to get into the game right now. See you in the game. So we're in the game. So true. This is how my run and events kind of going on. Yeah. So I've collected what? I've collected a trophy. I've collected the rewards here, be it the chest, be it the common cards, the run and other chests and whatnot. But we still have like certain amount of like certain amount of what you can say snippets left so that we can get these trophies. And I'm waiting for like basically all these four to be specific. I would love to get this Ronin as well and this Eva box. Okay, I'd love to see what comes out of it. Then I would decide what kind of evolutions I want to proceed on, because I don't want to get like the duplicate ones. And I'd love to see what comes out of this 5-star chest as well. So like these are the cards that I've upgraded that you can technically see, right? The Goblin Battle being maxed out, okay. That's one such card. Then the Lightning being another one. The Minions being the next. And whatnot, man. Like, look, like the Skeleton Battle's ready to get upgraded to the next level. I was actually planning for the spirits, but unfortunately, I'm gonna put that on a hold because of the balance changes we just spoke right now. Okay. I don't know which card to technically upgrade from here onwards. I was planning the Evo scale. I was thinking of upgrading the skeletons. Let's see what deserves my upgrade. Oh, the Executioner definitely deserves an upgrade. He's a fantastic unit nonetheless. And look at Ronan, he's at level 12 and he's been fantastic, no doubt. Now, there's been a lot of cards that technically needs an upgrade right here. But let us first upgrade certain cards right now. Like, wait, let me just remove this. Let me upgrade Ronan. Okay? In 3, 2, and 1. We'll upgrade Ronan from level 12 to level 13. Not a bad one, to be honest. And let us upgrade this guy, Executioner, to level 14 as well. At least he being one of the cards that I love to use a lot. And now we have 6 days before this Clash Royale pretty much expires and the new season 86 comes out. So now let us unlock this 5-star chest. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Skeleton Army unlocked! Fantastic! Yo, what a day, man. I mean, seriously. We did unlock Skeleton Army, Evolved Skeleton Army to be specific. That's pretty nice, no doubt. Not a bad option, to be honest. Hey, I gotta use him now. So, what all cards I'm technically left? Let me just check. These are the Evo shards. Whoa! So these are the these are the evolutions I have unlocked. With Skeleton Army being the latest one. Fantastic. So I have the Royal Hogs, I have the Bombers, I have the Princes, I have the Zap. I would technically love to unlock a Tesla, Wallbreaker, Firecracker right now. But I'm on the hold because I'll show you, right? Like, there is this box over here that if I do unlock, it would be fantastic and fantabulous. So wait, now let us, now let's try on with this deck, or if possible, I might upgrade this particular deck. We'll see what goes on from here, right? Now let us continue with this deck. If I win, fantastic. If I lose, I have no issues whatsoever. Just like you see, right, the Fire Spirit is able to actually make a connection. But the next update, that won't be a possibility. Congratulations. Now that was a solid connection, no doubt. Another solid connection. Well played. Okay, this was fantastic, no doubt. Yo, that was a good match. We get the choice chest, and hey, let's unlock some fantastic rewards. Hope it's gold. Heck yeah, I'm choosing the gold. Why choose the duplicate Valkyrie in this case? Okay, we get a Ronin, that's great, no doubt. So we need this one, okay? I would love if I do get this in this particular video. What just happened? Wait. Whoa. Yep. My cable is pretty much shaked and I'm pretty much done with it. I'm just very patient. Just 1 second. Yep, I kinda got distracted because of this weird screen glitch that happened just now. Yo, he spawned at the worst possible side. Oh, that would have been a final shot. That would have been a final need in the coffin for this guy. I don't want, you could say, I just want that Evo shot to basically open right now and here itself. A risk-free investment, to be honest. This guy, what is it, the hero goblin? It's more of a risk-free investment. Uh-oh. What else do you need? Yeah, but it approaching a lot quicker also. Oh, that was a nice kill. Another nice kill. What a kill, man. The Prince is such a good card. I technically don't need a P.E.K.K.A. What a prince, man. I don't think I need a little prince, to be honest. That's it. Goblin Ball's the ultimate card, man. I would have loved it even more if it was a Goblin Ball getting unlocked. Let's see what snippet I do get from here. 17k gold, huh? Whoa, fantastic. What a golden demon. Yo, 3 out of 4 snippets. So I technically need how many snippets in order to finish this event? 10. So 10 into 440, 40 minus 3, 37. 37 max. So I'll have to get like between 10 to 37 snippets, but I think it's on the lesser side. But whichever it is, right? If we do get duplicate, if I do get duplicates, I'm anyways gonna get less of the maximum value. So I would say maybe 16 snippets, which might be possible in how much? In the 6 days, right? So how much? Like 6 into 4, 24. So I'll have to get somewhere around 16 snippets. Yeah, 16 to 24 snippets in order to get all the rewards. Let's see if I could get another one by finishing this. It'd be fantastic if I do get it, okay? A free King Tower activation. Perfect for defense. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to lock horns. Yo, no matter whatever he does, I'm gonna be a success. Eliminate these bats, no matter what. Hey, this is a pretty fantastic deck, no doubt. I just gotta check if this is kind of my highest trophies. Another snippet piece, I would love it. It looks like this is actually my highest trophies. Okay, 13,252, not bad, I guess. Yeah, 13,252. Yeah, this is actually my highest trophies. Not bad, 250 gems, not bad at all. I would love to reach 13,400 and even get this 3-star chess in 13,475. And then jump onto the next arena and just keep on collecting gold and even this 5-star chest that you can just see right here. It'll be fantabulous, okay? And getting these rewards and maybe even say getting new set of cards, right? Now I pretty much don't know what to actually upgrade from here. I mean, you can just pause and hey, tell me which cards, if I do upgrade, kind of makes sense. Skeleton Ball is yeah, I think I might actually think of upgrading this guy to max, the Skeleton Ball. I don't mind pushing the other units from the bottom to the next one as well, right? I was planning to upgrade the 5 spirits, but hey, I do think I'll put that on a hold for now. I'd rather upgrade the ones that I got recently, right? Like this skeleton army. Why not actually upgrade it right now itself? Right? Or let me see which all cards, if I do upgrade, kind of make sense. I would actually love to upgrade the skeleton army. Then of course these guys, the Goblin Curse, cause that's getting buffed the next season. I don't mind actually touching these guys, the Royal Hogs, the Bombers. So I did upgrade this guy from Ron from level 12 to 13 and Execution from level 13 to 14. So I love to push another guy from 14 to 15. So just tell me which card should I actually upgrade from 14 to 15 and 15 to 16 so I have this guy. The Skeleton Man. I would love to do that, and hey, if you guys still love such Clash Royale content, you can consider subscribing to your channel for more such Clash Royale contents like this. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Tell me in the comments how you guys love this. How you guys did love the work in progress balance changes as well as the battles that we have done today. And oh my, I would actually love to get this. Please, let's get this unlocked, and I hope I get another brand new evolution unlock, like unlocking, say, the Valkyrie, the Evo Valkyrie, or even the Evo Mega Knight. Because these are the two cards I pretty much don't have and I would love to actually unlock for my account. So with this, right, my heroes of course they collected for the season. The next season I would maybe unlock the Barbarian Battle. Yeah. I would actually love to unlock the Wall Breakers. But hey, let's see what comes out of that. If that turns out to be Wall Breakers, so these shards will be used elsewhere. That's why I'm holding on to them. So out of here, I would love to unlock the Evo Lumberjack, the Evo Mega Knight, the Evo Royal Giant. These are fantastic cards. Apart from that, I would love them to maybe say fill up my the non-existing ones like the Wall Breakers, the Dark Goblin, the Tesla, the Firecracker, the Zap, the All Hogs, the Bombers, whatnot, right? And with this, I'll take a leave. See you in the next one. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.